Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream of Vintage Chill and Chat. Sammy Thunder here, and we are officially less than 2 weeks away from Strongsville. It couldn't come any sooner, honestly. The excitement, anticipation keeps on building as the date gets near. I sometimes trick myself into thinking that it's next weekend, but really it's the weekend after that. For me personally, I'm leaving that Wednesday after work. I plan on driving at least 5.5 hours worth from New York to the deep part of Pennsylvania, where I'll be stopping, and then I'll finish the rest of the trip in the morning that Thursday. So everybody is kind of putting their list together. I anticipate next week, maybe this week too, that there's going to be a significant amount of videos that are going to be circulating through the community talking about these cards. This is the cards. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of strategy videos as well, talking about, well, do I buy the one big card or do I buy a series of small cards? What happens if I buy the small? What happens if I see one of the small cards first? What do I do? So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of that. Next Sunday, I will be hosting the For Collectors live stream. We do this every single year right before Strongsville, where I will be hosting a super group of collectors from the community, including yours truly, the mayor of Strongsville, that is Chris from Missouri, as well as a group of other collectors, which I'll have names for probably later this week. I'll announce everybody that's going to be on that live stream. But the topic I want to kind of start talking about a little bit is about how healthy the hobby seems right now. And, that really kind of goes, you can kind of get a barometer of that based on card show attendance. And today I had the choice between the Brooklyn show and the Queens show. I'm sorry, no, Brooklyn show and the Garfield show. I ultimately decided to go to the Garfield show. There was something I wanted to take a look at there. And so just made a decision to go there. I met up with Mookie and we ended up going, and it was a lot of fun walking around. We saw Father-Son Vintage as well. That was great. And but I've seen other videos, I've seen footage. I was looking at it and I saw the Brooklyn show was doing very well. It did very, very well, as I think that's a growing, it's definitely a show that is really hitting the mark, hitting the stride. And definitely look forward to going back out there again. I think they're having another show in June. But I know that B. Roth and Dan's Vintage Baseball PC were both set up at that show. I anticipate that they must have done very well. So I'm sure they're going to make announcements on that. But let's see who's in the chat, and we'll go forward and we'll check in. So Jim, how's it going, buddy? Jim is here. Ruben Snyder giving the devil horns. Beat Up Cards is here. Craig is here. Steven is here. Jake is here. Brian is here. Jay Hawker Vintage. Hello. Let's see. Lenny is here. One of my biggest fans. What's up, Lenny? Peacemaker is here. Pre-War Dreams. Litzy Sports Cards is here. Mark Steen is here. Jacob is here. Let's see who else. Jason, my co-host, is here. Brett Azell, what's up, buddy? Melissa is here. Mark Hoyle, what's up, Mark? Don's Field of Dreams, what's up, Mark? I just did for those that haven't checked yet, I posted this on my page. I posted this on Instagram. I appeared on the video on the I guess you can call it the kind of like the videocast podcast episodes that Don and John put together. You can check that out on, I think, on John's Wade Boggs fan, his page. Let's see, history through cards. What's up? Hey, what's going on? Rick is here. Matt is here. And John, 3D80's kid, my fellow For Collector, is here. And Mookie, listen to Sammy and Don on my way to meet Sammy at the show. Yes, sir. And a lot of great, we got a great audience here tonight. 36 people. Thank you guys so much for being here. But as you guys know, the triple header tonight, just mentioned that as well. It's myself from 7 to roughly 8 o'clock. And then Alex Bowman 53 will do the card room live from 8 to 9. And then from 9 to 10, I believe it's Theo running the show tonight on For Collectors, which who doesn't love a good triple header? So great to have everybody here tonight. So I figured, to kind of consume the hour, I was going to show you guys the cards that I'm thinking of going after at Strongsville. I put together a presentation that showcases the different Willie Mays and Christy Mathewson cards that I've been thinking about. And, additionally, before I jump into that, though, additionally I've been, kind of giving a lot of thought in terms of what cards I want to bring with me for the trade night. And, I'm thinking about kind of really maneuvering some more stuff. A big surprise that might come to a shocker for some of you guys is I've been thinking about, I have these in a case right now, but I think it might be time. The rulers may be part of the trade night event. If anybody's interested, I have a whole line of them here. A bunch of Hall of Famers as well. We got Wilt Chamberlain, Walt Frazier, John Havlicek. I know this is not a super strong basketball, more baseball, I guess, but there's some basketball fans here. I know Andrew's a big basketball guy, and I just these rulers are just so interesting to look at. But I think it's time for me to move on. I've had a lot of joy out of these, but I figured I'll kind of go through and kind of show you guys the ones that I have. I'm sorry for the glare. Can't really do much about that, but if I just kind of go, yeah, I got Walt Frazier. Here's the Wilt Chamberlain with another Wes Unseld and Elvin Hayes. The Wilt Chamberlain, unfortunately, must have been factory miscut. I don't think it's trimmed. It might be. I can't tell. I don't think I would have to overlay the Wilt Chamberlain on top of the Wes Unseld and Elvin Hayes to kind of get a better idea. But over one of these rulers. But I got a lot of good ones here. One sec. This is kind of getting trapped here. There we go. Jerry Lucas, John Havlicek, Oscar Robertson. Let's see. Is this the last one? Yes. Kind of fits perfectly in this case, so it kind of makes it a little difficult to get these out. Let's do a little trickery here. Yeah, that's not going to work. Let's see. All right, and here we go. So here, Gus Johnson, Jeff Mullins, Gail Goodrich. And finally, the last one, let's see, is Earl Monroe, Billy Cunningham, and Willis Reed. I think Cunningham's a Hall of Famer, all three Hall of Famers there. So that is, and then I think the Lou Alcindor is going to be part of the trade night as well. So the rulers, I'm ready to move on from, ready just to kind of focus exclusively, I think, on the Seaver, Ryan, Mays, and Mathewson. And I think, but I mean, like, I'll keep this Bill Russell, and I'll keep a couple of Larry Bird stuff, but I think primarily it's going to be baseball going forward for me. Let's see. I'm just kind of catching up with the chat here, just seeing who else showed up. Tony, what's up? Good to have you here. Let's see. Peeps is here. Thank you, Craig. Yeah, they're cool rulers. They're cool. They're part of the packs. You would get them inside the 69 Tops pack. Sammy, you shifting to the metric system. How will you measure twice, cut once? That's why I'm depending on you to kind of help me with the conversion. Jux is here. What's up, buddy? You're gonna break apart the set or sell as a whole? I'm breaking it up. So if there's a particular player you want from the rulers, just let me know. One might say that ruler doesn't measure up, but I had Jason. Let's see. It is very wise to go with the game plan to a big show like Strongsville, but like Iron Mike says, then you get hit in the mouth and change it. Oh yeah, that happened last year for me at Strongsville. My focus was the Stahlmeyer maze, and I literally circled the room for 20 minutes, didn't find it, and then I pivoted really fast, and I found the Bazooka 59 maze that I still have. If a teacher smacked me in the hand with one of those when I was a kid, I would not mind. That is some sadist thinking, my friend Lenny. You gotta. Holy crap! This chat is in fuego. Yeah, man. Lenny, Tony, Jux. You got some good people here, man. Jayhawker loving that, man. Loving the ruler smack to the hand. But yeah, guys, rulers will be part of the trade night for sure. And there's definitely going to be more stuff that's going to be on the horizon as far as being moved. Not, I'm looking around and not really sure exactly what yet, but certainly stuff is going to be going. Um, Jason says I go in with no plan that allows me to buy anything, and that's what makes it very dangerous. Jason makes it very dangerous, but I know we had a good chat about this. So I figured I'd chat with you guys a little bit about the cards that I'm thinking of my want list. So let me see if I can go back to slide 1 on here, and I'll bring it up. So of course it's going to be Christy Mathewson. We're going to start with him, and I'll go through the various cards. Now let me just preface this by saying that like a lot of the stuff that's on this list is literally is desirable want cards, but stuff I probably couldn't even afford just because of how scarce and rare they are and how expensive they can get. But I figured I'd take you guys along a journey of just some new cards maybe you've never seen before, as just these cards really stood out to me. So the first one is this really cool looking postcard, 1907 Winthrop Moving Pictures postcard. And the front is a great shot of Mathewson. I can't tell. I don't think it's the Polo Grounds, but I can't tell. It must be. It's just the jersey kind of gives me the impression that it is the home jersey, but it's hard to really kind of say exactly what this is. But New York National League baseball team. It says for directions, see last leaf Winthrop moving picture postcard patent applied for, and yeah, you can put in who it was from. So I thought this was just a cool looking postcard that I thought would be interesting. The 1907 to 1910 novelty cutlery postcards. I've seen these are tough, but I've seen them around. They have been known. I've definitely have had. I think it was this one that I had an opportunity to purchase and just didn't do it. But there's always more opportunities down the road. It's a classic shot. We've seen this Mathewson shot before on many different cards. It's been repeatedly used, but it'd be a great card to have, a great postcard. So this one I did see at the Net 54 gathering. There was a guy who was set up to kind of show off the entire J.H. Dockman and Sons All-Star set. And I always thought this was just really, I just thought this was really cool. I mean, it does not, it's a sketch of what Mathewson would look like. But, apparently when I was talking to the gentleman, he said that these came off of a candy box. And I think there were 2 that were on the candy box together. So it would, and I asked him, I said, would the box have the same pairing, or would it be different? And I think he mentioned that typically the box would have the 2 paired the same each time. So, but it was really awesome to see this all-star baseball package, Mathewson. Just seeing this with the entire set was pretty amazing. You guys can go check that out. I think I did. I'm hoping that I did my due diligence and recorded this table in the Net 54 video that I did back in February. Maybe that's his brother, Lefty Mathewson. That's a good point, because the glove is definitely on the right hand here. So that's interesting. Or we're just who knows? I don't know. I don't know if his brother was a pitcher. I don't know if his brother was a lefty or not. But nevertheless, super cool. I think his brother's name was Henry Mathewson. Sadly, he didn't live long enough to have a career, but he did. There are a couple of cards of him, and I don't know if he is a lefty or not. But let's see. The 1910 PC 796 sepia postcard, again using that classic shot of him that we saw with the novelty cutleries. Incredible looking card, and just the same block lettering of his name on the top. Classic. So now we're getting, like, as if it wasn't tough. These are just impossible. I remember I was showing my list off to Rick, Vintage Oddball Cards, and I got a good chuckle out of him when I showed him this one, and it's pretty remarkable. The 1914 Texas Tommy Type One. Never seen this card in person, and if I did, it wouldn't be able to afford it. These go for a lot of money from what I've seen in past sales, and we're talking about, I think, pre-COVID even, it was going for a lot of money. So you can only imagine now. But yeah, Orlando said it best. The Texas Tommies are impossible to find. And Ben, there's a postcard of Maddie's brother Ullman, the Ullman set, 1906, I believe. That one I saw, there was the Mathewson, and isn't like Christie's on that one as well, obviously, and it was made after the championship year. So I think I put a bid in on that, but I just didn't follow through on it ultimately. But I think that postcard does go for a lot as well. I probably should have included that in my list. Let's see. So Texas Tommy Type 1. And then there's a Type 2 as well. I don't know. I'd imagine the Type 2 might be a little bit less, but I really don't know. I think they're both just astronomically priced and impossible, really tough to find. So you got the Type 1. I think I like the Type 1 more than the Type 2, but they're both really amazing looking. This one's so cool. Pinstripe Matty in the whoever the photographer was caught him mid motion, and just absolutely stunning. The Boston Garter. I think there's out of the many in this list, this is probably one of the top ones I want to find, because I love the fact that he's in pinstripes. I love the fact that it's literally in the middle of his motion. And I love the little baseball on the bottom with the promotion of Boston Garter. And Mookie's, I love the Mets logo on his shoulder. Yeah, the Boston Garter is beautiful. E107. Oh man, I might let you down, Ben. I'm sorry. I might let you down. Pinstripes are great. Warren, yeah, a new favorite Mathewson. It's stunning, absolutely stunning. Again, these I haven't seen. I think these also go for a pretty penny. So I'm not anticipating any of these being within my wheelhouse budget-wise, but I just love to see them in person. And if by chance, by some margin of that this becomes available in a low grade, and that might just be, in fact, a possibility, but we'll see. The 1912 Boston Garter color. I didn't include it in this list. It was a sleeper for me, but I didn't include it. I'm sorry, Ben. I feel like I'm letting you down, man. I'm sorry. But yeah, the epic beatdown in the background. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's a great looking card, and definitely was. Yeah, there you go. John put it back. John said it there. One online sale ever, SGCA for 16,000 in 2011. Definitely not going to happen. But just great card to see, nevertheless. Fleischmann Bakery. I feel like this might be in my wheelhouse, as I remember seeing. What was it? Doug from Joe Wood Collector has the Joe Wood from this set, and later in his career, Fleischmann Bakery. I love the dimensions of this. The photo is what consumes the majority of this card, and you get just a little bit of information of him on the bottom, and it just has a very stoic look to him, and that would be awesome to find this card. Again, not something that I found before, haven't seen it before, but it's cool to see that other collectors have gotten their player from this set. So we'll see. We'll see. Did I include it twice? I must have included it twice. And of course, finishing off with the 1915 Cracker Jack. Doesn't need, nothing really needs to be said about this card. It is an absolute stunner. The 1914 Cracker Jack would, without a doubt, be completely out of my wheelhouse. You've seen what those 1914 Cracker Jacks go for. They go for crazy amounts of money. So just the 15 Cracker Jack is definitely more within reason. John is saying, I'm guessing, John, you're referring to the Fleischmann Bakery, most recent SGC 1.5 for $3,200. Yeah, I'd say that's probably more likely budget wise for me. I can probably go after that. But 5 sales ever, what are the odds of being the sixth sale? Probably very unlikely, but one can only hope. We'll see. I said it. I know. I know. I said it so many times that I'd be done with Willie Mays, and for the most part, that would be very true. But I'm still going to showcase some Willie Mays cards that I don't have in my collection. That would be nice to get. Um, excuse me. Definitely some that I must have overlooked at some point when I was going down the list. Trading card database, by the way, gives you so much to work with in terms of maybe cards that you've never seen before, never heard about before, and so I have some in here that I think would be really fun to acquire. So let's start with the first one. Again, this is just not possible right now financially. They go for way too much money. The 1953 Briggs Meats of Willie Mays. And again, this photo of him has been used repeatedly in a myriad of different cards. The Stahlmeyer, is he in the Burke? I don't. Yeah, the Burke Ross as well. I'm looking at the Burke Ross right now to see, and Burke Ross. So, but there's something about the Briggs Meats. John, Mangini has one, and I believe Rick has one as well. I think Rick, if he's still in the chat, he can mention it. I don't know if he still has it. If he is here, he can mention if he has one or not. But I think he does. This one shouldn't be too difficult to acquire. I've seen them come up here and there. The 1961 Manny's Baseball Land. It's an oversized item, probably similar size to the. Let me escape real fast. As the 54 All-Star photo pack, probably similar size. A little bit of stainage on the back. Probably one of the few where he's actually smiling too. Pretty amazing. Very, very cool. 54 All-Star Willie Mays photo pack. For anybody who is a huge Cubs, if you're a big Ernie Banks guy, if you're a big Al Kaline guy, they're both featured in that set. So it's their rookie year. And great, they're oversized, but they're great pieces to have. Let's go back to where we were. Let's see. 1 sec. There we go. So yeah, Manny's Baseball Land. Let's see. Oh, Dom is saying here the Manny's photo store from right outside Yankee Stadium. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that. That's very cool. This goes without saying. I think probably this one is definitely the next Maze that I would love to get. But just like the Cracker Jacks and these different sets, the Home Run Derby cards have just they've skyrocketed. They've shot to the moon, and they're becoming more. They come up, so it's not like they're not out there, but not as many as you would see. So 59 Home Run Derby be a great card to get. And John is, really, a lot of money. A lot of money. And this is, if we want to talk about impossible, just absolutely impossible cards to find, it's the 1963 Topps Dice game. Just nearly impossible. I heard that somebody somebody recently acquired an uncut sheet of Topps Dice Game. I don't know which auction it went to, but if it is going to auction, uh, yeah, Don is saying there's plenty of Dice Game reprints out there. Yeah, you're not kidding. Uh, I don't know, which auction was it a part of, John? Do you remember? And who won the lottery? None of us did. Apparently, well, I definitely didn't. Apparently, but yeah, the home run derby set is awesome. So pretty cool. But yeah, and nearly impossible cards to find is the Topps Dice Game. But I just I love the way this card looks. 1966 Punch Outs. I think these are super cool, and I love the coloring aspect, the color scheme of this. Kind of have that teal blue with the yellow Punch Out baseballs, and just the color scheme, the red and the yellow here. Would be a great card to find. Again, these are one of those things I haven't seen in display cases, so just have to kind of do some legwork and find one. This becomes competitive though, because I'm sitting in here now and I'm showing this and I'm thinking, well, I'd love it for the Mays part, but then you have Red Sox fans like Dom and Mark Hoyle and who would buy this for their collections too. So Jim is saying, Tony C is on it. Dom is saying they're 66 are much tougher than 67, which in themselves are still not easy. They're challenging, man. They're challenging stuff. So this is super cool. I actually haven't seen these before. The 67 Topps Giant stand-ups. I love perforated stuff, and this looks super cool. I haven't seen it in display cases. I haven't seen it at shows, and I literally just came across a photo of this on Trading Card Database tonight, and look at that! It has a pinhole in it, which Mookie would fight over this one. It looks like it has a pinhole. I can't tell. It might just be a print, like a printing dot. But this would be cool. This would be a cool Maze item to find. Still in altogether as well. And of course, I think we're finishing on this one. There might be another one after this. Yeah, the 1971 Topps Greatest Moments. And I had a good chat with Petty about this because he has two of them. And I was like, "Oh, Petty, listen, man, if you're ever thinking about selling one, let me know." And he's like, "Oh, I can't bring myself to sell it," which I can't blame him. I can't blame him. These are fun cards. They're fun cards to find and not easy. They're not easy to find either. So it'd be great to find one of these. It's not at the top of my list, but if Petty decides to ever sell or trade his, I'll definitely take him up on it for sure. Let's see. This one stumbled on to me randomly. 1971 House of Jazz card. It kind of has the shape, I think, of the 69 Super, the rounded corners. And I've never seen these, and I came across it on Trading Card Database. And it's called the 1971 House of Jazz. There's currently one on eBay, I think in a PSA 8 that's selling for $1,200. But it's a super cool looking card. I haven't done a lot of research on this set, but the idea of there being some sort of jazz card circulating around. Mark is saying the House of Jazz are killers. What do you mean by that? Are you referring to the difficulty of the cards or the price, or because I just stumbled upon this set, so again, I haven't done a lot of research on this. I was putting this list together, and just some cool cards. Mark is saying you never see them, so I think this is the list entirely. There might be more added to it, but I'm not sure. So we'll see. What do you guys think, though? Cool looking list, I would say. Um, the Mathewson is going to be the priority, of course. I say that now. Famous last words. Mathewson is the priority, and then I end up going to the first, like the Christopher, Missouri event on Friday with a Mays card to show everybody. It's usually how it goes. But like I said, Mathewson is the priority. And look at that. He's got Maddie face. Just like Cedar face, but it's Maddie face. Very blurry though. Can't really tell. This is their Renata Galasso set, by the way, from '84. I love the colors on this. So let me check in with you guys, just seeing. I believe the House of Jazz is right next to the House of Pancakes. You know that IHOP was going to change their name to the International House of Burgers. They were going to change it to IHOB, which makes no sense. Never see them. 67 stand-up is listed as a proof on VCP with only win sale. All right, so I guess that kind of nips it right there. So I just thought I found it, thought it looked cool. They were a limited test issue, yeah, so very few. My kind of list, great choice. Thanks, Matt. I knew, we're two of the same minds when it comes to buying stuff for our collections. Thank God we're not both, player collectors of the same player. Otherwise, it'd be quite a challenge. I'm happy to help you find any Ed Matthews, Hank Aaron, any Warren Spahn. Happy to help you find any of that cool stuff. Tory face, 1972 poster. Sammy, if you found the Ultimate Mathewson or Mays piece for a deal, but the dealer said you had to shave off your beard, would you? Of course. Would not even second guess that. This can grow back. That Ultimate Maddie piece or Mays piece may not be available for me in my lifetime, but this will always become available again. Great question, though. I definitely would shave my beard for a deal on the Ultimate Maddie or Mays piece for sure. Hey, David, good to have you here, buddy. John is crushing dreams tonight. He's not doing it on purpose, for sure. I just get curious about things I've never seen. You and I both, man. You and I both. Instead of flipping a coin, Sammy shaves if he loses. Ooh, man. That's not so. But the thing is, would I still get the deal, or would I like? So it would be like a coin flip. If I heads, I get a deal on the card and I don't lose my beard, or tails, I have to pay crazy value and I have to shave my beard. Ooh, I don't know if I'd be able to do that. That's like a roulette table and betting on black or red, or odds or evens. More like International House of Roaches was at one in New Jersey years ago. Got a glass of water with a baby roach in it, and the waiter looked at me like I was nuts when I complained. Never again. Waffle House is better. I wouldn't shave his beard for any card. I probably would. Yeah, I don't think I would. Except for my barber, I would. Who trims my beard. I don't think I would let anybody here do that. So, Carlisle, you're spared. Cool stuff, man. I'm trying to see what else there is. What else there is? I guess like I mentioned. I'm so excited about the Strongsville show. I'm excited about staying at the Best Western. It might make me sound nuts. I'm excited about staying at the Best Western because of the craziness that happens there. But it's a lot of fun. You're in it together with everybody. So there's a lot to be said about that. Yeah, like I said, I'll be driving that Wednesday night, arriving Thursday morning because I'm staying overnight in the middle of Pennsylvania, and I hope to get an early start in the morning where I can drive as the sun is rising. That'd be so cool. That'd be great. Feel relaxed, ready to go. Um, Going back to the Best Western, Ruben's asking, what is the over under that the elevators don't work at some point during the weekend? They did sell. I think the original management, the ownership sold, and somebody took it over. And I hope that they've made some changes. I think was a John Wade Boggs fan he was staying on the 6th floor and had to take the elevator up to the 5th floor and then find the stairs to go up one flight because it didn't go all the way to the 6th floor, which is bizarre. So yeah, that would be pretty amazing. Let's see. I think I'm definitely gonna have more for trade night for sure. The rulers are gonna be part of it. I think some of the photo packs I might start moving. So we'll see. David's asking here, Willie Mays question for you. Why is the 51 Bowman more coveted than the 52 Tops as opposed to the Mantle? I don't, that's really, I don't know. I would say that's definitely, that's personal preference and opinion. Some people might prefer the 52 Tops Mays over the 51. The 51 is their rookie cards, both Mantle and Mays. The 52 Tops in general, it's a recognizable set. If you were to ask the non-sports fan, a non-sports cards fan, or excuse me, non-sports card, anyone who is outside of the hobby. Sorry, I'm really twisting my words here. If you were to ask anybody that's not in the hobby, what baseball, name me a baseball card. I think a lot of people will say the 52 Tops Mantle because of it being in the news, of it just being kind of like the face of sports cards. That maybe the Honus Wagner T206, but probably more so the 52 Mantle probably gets a lot more recognition. So I think for that alone, other players in that set like Mays and Jackie, and they get more. Just their recognition also goes up too. So the 51 Bowman, while it is considered a very desirable card, 52 Tops I think just kind of has a little bit more elevation to it because of it being widely recognized by both collectors in the hobby and people outside the hobby. That's just my take on it. Let's see. So Lenny is saying Mantle's a high number in the 52 Tops. Orlando's more or less just saying the same thing. Much tougher than the Mays. Mantle 52, high number, iconic card of the hobby. 52 Mays is not the iconic card Mantle is. Craig was asking, what's your plan for the first 2 hours? Sammy, walk the floor and make notes or pounce quickly? I generally try to, I think, it's going to be, I generally pounce quickly, but it depends because it really depends on what's there. Chapel's table will be my first visit. Craig Halpig will be my second one. Because I don't see Craig's table outside of Strongsville. I never see his table. Chapel I see at the Philly show, but I think Chapel, from what I've gathered, is really bringing out some big hitters for this one. So that's a lot. That's pretty exciting. Obviously, like Stan and Ash and so forth. The many Tim Payne, and there's a lot of. There's just gonna be a lot of dealers there that we don't normally see at the Philly show. I don't normally see at the Philly show or at the White Plains show. So it depends. It really depends. Orlando puts it best that if you find something so unique and rare, and that it's on your want list and it's within reason, pounce, because it may not be there when you come back. So probably my plan is that. So that's for me. Let's see. Craig's will be my first at the National. Yeah, Craig's got some good stuff. He has really good stuff. Last year I bought the 1958 58, right? Yeah, 1958 San Francisco Call Bulletin of Orlando Cepeda. Bought that from his table, and he had it kind of sitting, lurking on the very bottom corner of the display case, and I was able to kind of like lean over and see that it was there. And Craig and I made a deal on it, and I've since sold it. Excuse me. I've since sold it to Dom from Staven Sports Cards. As we tend to do a lot of card exchanges, so that yeah, that was a cool card to have. And then I was once I got the Willie Mays from that set, I was ready to move on from the Cepeda, which I think he bought for me at this past year's national. So that was cool. It's a lot to look forward to. Wear comfortable shoes, drink a lot of water. I really hope there's not going to be a lot of those videos. It's like drink a lot of water, wear your comfortable shoes, bring a backpack, charge your phone. You know, advice for Strongsville. Although with Strongsville, you don't need you don't need a whole lot of time to scour the room like you would at the National. The Strongsville is not going to be that strenuous. It's actually going to be a little more relaxing and easygoing, in my opinion. And the hotel's right there, so drink a lot of PBR. That's one thing that I hope that'd be super cool if they had it. But I think because it's kind of like a family, the ice arena is they're using the ice arena at that with the other rinks at the time, and there's a lot of families. I don't know if they'll have beer sold at the show. Did they have it last year? Maybe they did. I just don't remember. But I would hope that they would have a beer because I'm sure Jason and I, as fitting as it is to walk around with a couple of beers, Cardboard and Cold One crew, for sure. Let's see, Craig. I'm excited. Last year didn't know what to expect. This year, much more prepared. Certainly, I think this year is going to be. I think there's there's not a whole lot of talk about the how many people are going to show up. I think there's going to be significantly more people this time. I just have a feeling because of the discussion and the talk surrounding Strongsville and the live streams like now and the videos that are being made. I think we're going to see an uptick. Definitely maybe not on Friday, but definitely on Saturday. How do you and the room view cards like the 74 World Series Mays, true last card, or don't count since it's not a base card? I consider it his last card, for sure. I mean, he does have post-playing career cards as well, but yeah, for sure. Warren's going to bring the PBR. Yes, bring that with you. We should have like like one of those backpack beer coolers and the straws or like the hats, the hard hats with the beer and the straw. Love that Cepeda. Oh man, thank you, man. I appreciate you buying it for me. Since the show is smaller, we'll have energy for the stairs at the hotel. Rheingold, ooh, that'd be good. I've heard like Rheingold is kind of like very. I obviously never had it, but it was like a very crisp tasting beer. I have a few other specialty beers I'm bringing to the event. Warren is doing a beer tasting for anybody that wants to know. It's going to be way more insane, in my opinion. I agree. List of dealers on their website. Yeah, so you can check that out on Strongsville's page. A quarter of the attendees will be there for Cleveland area player autographs. That's a good point, Ruben. Definitely a lot more people for that reason as well. Local team, local players, autographs like Mark Price. I don't think I've recall seeing him doing autographs anywhere else, but maybe it's just Ohio where he does it. Have I ever been to Chantilly? I have not, but I anticipate hopefully going at some point in the future. Rheingold is beer-flavored beer. That's good, man. That's exactly what you want. Is refreshing, not sweet. It's the extra dry treat. That's what the song says, and I agree. Thank you, Mookie. Planning on an impromptu beer tasting, very casual. Is that going to be on Friday, Warren? My flight arrives Friday afternoon. Perfect. Do you need someone to pick you up, Orlando? What time are you arriving on Friday? I've heard that. Yeah, I heard the Chantilly show is this weekend. You know, guys, have whoever's going, just let us know how the show goes. It sounds like Jim is going, so yeah, let us know how it goes, Jim. And let's see, we'll be there as well. So let us know, man, how it goes. So, all right, guys. So as I mentioned, in about less than 15 minutes, Alex will be going on for the Card Room Live. And then I think at 9 o'clock, after Alex finishes from 8 to 9, Theo on the For Collectors channel will be going live as there as well. Lot to look forward to there, guys. A lot of, always love when the triple headers happen, and always like being kind of a lead-in for those shows. But yeah, I look forward to seeing a lot of you guys there. Feels like it's just it's so close. It's so close. We're right there, and like I said, next Sunday I will be hosting the For Collectors super live stream, the Road to Strongsville, leading up the last For Collectors live stream before the event. I think, unless there's one. No, I can't imagine. I don't think there's one on Wednesday, but we'll definitely have a lot going forward, and it's going to be a lot of fun. The trade night as well on Saturday, and a lot to look forward to, guys. So I'm going to end it here. About 48 minutes and 58 people. Thank you guys so much for jumping on this. I hope everybody had a great weekend, whether it being card shows or auctions or buying something online or whatever that may be. But I look forward to sharing the Strongsville show with you guys, as well as the events, Chris from Missouri's event, and the For Collectors Trade Night. So I look forward to catching up with you guys. I'll definitely have another video out this week. So I will catch you guys soon. Enjoy Alex Bowman 53, the Card Room Live next. And then at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Theo with For Collectors. See you guys.